Hey everybody, it's early spring and I get asked every year, how do I get my lawn to look the way that it does during the rest of the season? And honestly, it's because I do this one simple thing every single spring, and it's the first thing that I do, and that's scarifying the lawn. So this right here is a Joe Dethatcher Scarifier, and I would highly recommend buying a unit like this. I'll have a link in the description below. But the price of these is relatively cheap compared to what you're gonna go and spend to rent one from like Home Depot or your rent-a-center nearby. By the time you've rented that thing, you've almost paid to just own one of these. And I would highly recommend owning one because you're gonna use this thing once or twice a year. There's 2 times of the year that are the best times to scarify your lawn, which is right now in early spring and also in the fall. So now let's go over the main reasons why I like to scarify in early spring. So the main reasons why I like to scarify in the early spring is number 1, we get snow here in Utah. So that snow is just sitting on top of my grass, compacting the soil all winter long. Second is, you can see right here, I have a dog. He likes to walk and make trails. Also compacts the soil, makes it really hard for that grass to uptake nutrients and grow and thicken up. And the third, and maybe the biggest reason why I do this, is because of the upcoming weed pressure of spring. One of the best ways to keep weeds at bay is to thicken up your lawn. And one of the best ways to thicken up your lawn is by scarifying it. And one of the reasons why the Scarifier helps to thicken up your grass so much is that it just makes space. It aerates the lawn, so instead of having to pay for a core aerator, you can just kind of till up that soil and get it aerated, and then it just makes space for the grass to grow, send out its rhizomes if you have Kentucky bluegrass, and start growing more grass. So again, this unit right here is pretty simple. It comes with 2 attachments on the bottom. Right now, I have the Scarifier attachment on it, and I would recommend using this one. This one does 2 things. It not only dethatches the lawn, but it also aerates the grass. So it does come with a dethatcher attachment. I never use it. I wouldn't recommend using it. I think that this is the main one that you need. So now I'm going to show you the process of what you're supposed to do to really get a good scarifying on your lawn to help it to thicken up this spring. All right, so step 1 is you need to mow the lawn. So I have not mowed this lawn yet this spring. This is the very first thing that I do before I scarify or do really anything this season. So we want to just set the mower deck as low as you possibly can go. And if you have a side shoe, I would totally recommend putting that on, because the lower you go, the harder it is for it to mulch up that grass and spin the blade. So by having the side shoe on, it's gonna make your life way easier doing this process. So we are really just looking to scalp it, get it as low as we possibly can, which is really gonna help the Scarifier to get all of that thatch, that dead grass out. So let's go ahead and lower the mower deck and we'll start mowing this lawn. So I have it cut pretty low. For me, I know I'm at about the lowest I can go on my mower deck. But for you, depending on how long your grass is already in early spring, you might need to do 1 or 2 passes, lowering it down each time. But let's take a little bit closer look at this. And just be warned that when you do this, your grass is gonna look horrible. It's gonna look like you beat the crap out of it. And it's kind of supposed to look like that. So when you take a look at this, I mean, you can just see all the dead thatch in this grass. If we kind of keep going here, you can really see it pronounced over here, where some of the grass still is kind of dormant. It hasn't come to life yet, but man, there's a lot of dead thatch in here. And this is what the Scarifier is gonna do. It's gonna get all of this out. So now it's time to scarify with this little Joe. And what we're gonna do is just make sure that we have the height setting set to 0. And I would recommend starting there. You can go lower if you want. Literally the lowest you can go is also not bad. But I would recommend starting at 0 and then working your way up on additional passes. So now we're gonna go ahead, fire this thing up, and you're gonna be shocked at how much material this is gonna pull out of the grass. So every time I do this process, I'm always just shocked by how much material comes out of the grass. I mean, I did a fall nitrogen blitz 5-6 months ago, did this exact same process, and this just really shows the life cycle of grass, right? It grows, it thickens up, it dies, it goes to the thatch layer, and you just need to pull it out. I mean, by pulling all of this out in the spring, I'm giving my grass room to breathe and to grow. So what we're gonna do next is bag all of this up. You can either rake it up or you can suck it up in your mower. And then what we're gonna wanna do is go the opposite direction, and I'm actually going to lower the setting on the Scarifier and do one more pass. So let's get it raked up. So that lowest setting has a lot more bite, but it is insane how much more material that pulled out of the lawn going this way. So now we're gonna bag all this up and I'll show you how it looks. All right, so we filled up 4 bags of grass, but we got all of it done. So it's all been raked up. It all looks great. Let's take a little bit closer look at what it does to the soil. So you can see here, it's aerating, right? So there's some till marks, and it's just made a ton of space for this grass to grow. And it's done this throughout the entire lawn. So the lawn is just gonna really green up in about a week or 2. It's gonna pop like crazy and thicken up and get super green for the season. All right, guys, so that is how you Scarify your lawn in the spring. And again, ideally, the best time to do this is before you start seeing weeds come up so that you can give your grass some time to grow and thicken up to block and crowd those weeds out from even coming in the first place. But even if you're a little bit late to this is one of the key things to do to get your grass amazingly green and thick for the summer season. Now there's one more thing that I personally do to just get this thing to pop and get dark green as fast as possible. And if you want to know what that is, make sure you watch this video where I explain exactly what I put down in early spring to help my grass to get super green, thicken up, and be ready for the rest of the season. So click to watch this video, and I'll see you over there.